Well, hi everybody. It's Beth Lindsay tuning in for the day. And gosh, it's been hot out today, but it's cooling off a little bit. There's a nice breeze. But how is everybody today? And sorry, usually I post earlier in this, but I've been working on my math applied statistics. Oh my gosh, I've had a hard time with my math course. It's like calculus. It's horrible. But anyway, how is everybody? And I did make a video yesterday and I started talking about myself on the mental health. I thought maybe I'd bring it up and continue on a little bit. I was bringing up a little bit about my childhood and going through a lot of stepmoms that I always had stepbrothers and stepsisters. And my dad was an alcoholic till I was 12. I'm only bringing this up because as an adult, it should not affect you because you make your own choices in life. But it does affect your mental health and it does put a strain on your relationships. My first stepmom, she was horrible. She had two girls, two boys. I was 6 at the time, so there was 4 of them, and I have a real brother, so that made us like the Brady Bunch. That made it 3 girls, 3 boys. Well, my brother was smart. He picked up on how they treated us a lot quicker than I did because, I was a little girl and I just wanted to be with my daddy. So no matter what, I always chose to go to his house on the weekends. But it was me that always got in trouble. I always got whipped. I always got put in the corner. I always got yelled at by my stepmom. I was a heavy set child, which I'll say that, and nothing wrong with that. I got teased for being fat. I had the stepbrother, he was the middle one. His name was Dwayne. I will say God rest his soul now, but he did commit suicide when he was 19. I was 16, but he sexually touched me. And it took me forever to go to my dad because I was so scared of just telling anybody about it. I never told my mom. God rest her soul. She should have been the first person I went to, but you got to remember, this is still back now in the late 70s. I don't even think we'd hit the 80s yet when this started. And so I might stop there just because I'm getting a little emotional. But, you know, like I said, as an adult, we can make changes. But when it comes to mental health, you don't have choices to make changes because it does affect you. Well, no, let's continue. Let's just say that I ended up eventually telling my father, and my father went ballistic. And as I said in the video prior to this, my dad was an alcoholic till I was 12. He about beat the crap out of my stepbrother. Like, it was bad. And I don't remember all of it. I just remember the horrific scene. And he about threw my stepbrother down the basement stairs. I mean, it was a mess back then. But it's like my dad never learned his lesson because I had 2 more stepmoms after that. But we'll get to that another day. We'll stick with this stepmom. For Christmas, she would buy her kids. My dad worked at the steel company in the Middletown, Cincinnati area called Armco. It's called AK Steel now. But, they made good money. That was the job to have back then. So my dad had money. But back when I was a child, I didn't care. I just wanted my dad. But at Christmas and birthdays and stuff, she wouldn't hardly buy my brother and me anything. I remember one year my dad had to literally sneak me out to buy me a winter coat. Okay, so for one, why do you guys sneak your own daughter out to buy me anything? So, as I said earlier, my brother got smart when it came to the way we were getting treated because he quit going to our fathers when he was probably about 10, 11. He figured it. I mean, he just quit going. He told my mom and dad, I'm not coming, I'm not going. But here's Beth Ann wanting to see her daddy. I still went. And well, eventually they finally got divorced. My dad left her. He got sober and he left her. I think I was 16, so they were together like 10 years. 10 years of my life. He left the house. He left her the house, and she ended up meeting another guy, and we ended up turning it into a party house. It was a hot mess. But then my dad met another lady, and she had 2 kids. But this woman wasn't just jealous with her kids. She was jealous of that they hurt me, his only daughter. Like, she would say stuff that I wouldn't say, because about this time, I think I was 12 or 13. Hold on. Him and my stepmom they separated when I was 12 or 13, because Sharon was around when I was just learning how to do a little bit of makeup. Maybe she was. I can't remember. I went through so many stepmoms, but it doesn't matter. She used to say stuff about me, say stuff that I'd say that I never said. Like, she would pretend to be like she really cared for me as a stepdaughter. And she would go behind me to my father and make up all kinds of stuff. Okay, now we will stop. And I'll remember where I left off at. But I'm only talking about this because, like I said, it can affect your mental health. And it definitely puts a strain on relationships, because later on in my videos, I'll talk to you about the relationship I have with my father now that I miss, that I just can't, I don't know what to do about it. So, but everybody have a good day, and I might jump on here later, hit the subscribe button, and leave any comments. Thanks. Bye.